Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Nadam's with us, as is Frank. Shaka Hislop with us in the studio.
Still here.
I know, bad back and all, Shaq. You couldn't leave your bed? You were like bedridden for 2 weeks?
And have you know, Dan? That's absolutely right.
Wow. But no, you're a big, brave soldier.
Well,
Thank you so much for coming
Show goes on and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Frank, you're upset with me. Why?
Why? Because you just talked about me without giving me the opportunity to answer to your stupid comment about penalties. I heard you during the highlights.
So this is going back to
Shaka.
We just did a highlight from Australia, and the player got brought down and then stood up and took the penalty.
What's his name?
Exactly. Frank always says the person who gets tackled to win the penalty shouldn't take it because he's mentally not right, which is nonsense.
Which is not nonsense, that you can have exception to confirm the rule, but it's not nonsense, it's basics. It's putting the players who are going to shoot the penalty in the best conditions. So if he has been tackled psychologically, he should be apart to make sure somebody else in the right situation psychologically can take it. It's not nonsense. It's protecting the players and giving the most chances to score a goal against fantastic goalkeepers like Shaka.
Ronaldo got brought down today. He scored a penalty, Frank.
Who that?
Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy.
Ronaldo?
Yes.
Yes, you're talking about Ronaldo. I'm talking about all players in the world, average players like me,
Well, what about my man Simon in the A-League? Nathan, where do you stand on Frank's nonsense?
It's what I'm saying. It's what I'm saying.
I have to listen to a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
Whatever the World Cup winner says is fact.
Thank you.
So I'm with you, Frank. I'm with you 100%.
I tell you, I'll give you a few more.
We're not back here again.
I tell you what, get a few more shows with Frank and you change your tune.
Yes, we are.
The amount of nonsense that comes out of that man's mouth. Right, first one. This is Frank, who really upset a lot of people, Frank. You're not on Twitter, so they all tweet me in an angry way yesterday when you said you prefer to have Harry Kane than Lewandowski.
Yeah, I don't care about that, I'm not on Twitter, and we live in a democracy, well, since I was told. So I think what I want to think, and I say what I want to say. And I didn't kill anybody, I just talked about two fantastic players, and I had to make a choice. That's it. Turn the page.
Turn the page. After Lamela's goal today, have any of you ever seen a goal similar or so incredible you reacted the way his teammate Reguilon did? Nadam, you must have seen some great goals in your time. You probably scored against you.
Yeah, loads scored against me. Like, what a great finish by the guy. Incredible. There's nothing I could have done. One of the best ones I saw was Alano scored a free kick from 35, 40 yards out. And I thought there's no way he's going to shoot. And he shot and he went right into the top corner, wobbled. And I was directly behind it. And at that point, I was like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. All hail Alano. All hail.
Frank, you must have been around. Were you on the bench? I think you've told me the story before when Roberto Carlos scored that incredible free kick against Brazil, against France.
Yeah. Against France, I was on the bench, and we couldn't see the curve because on the position we were, but the distance was so big already that it was quite impossible to score a goal. And we saw the highlights after. Of course, it was amazing. But I want to talk about somebody who passed away, and he was an Algerian player, Stefan Keshi. Was absolutely fantastic, and I played with him in Strasbourg and scored a goal, a free kick as well from 40 yards or 50 yards, I don't know. It was simply amazing, and we needed that goal to go up in the League One with Strasbourg. The stadium got absolutely crazy. Nobody thought he would shoot, and he did, and he went in the top corner. I mean, amazing. Stefan, if you hear us, out of my man.
Where are you, Shaq?
Probably the best I've seen. You remember that Di Canio volley?
Yes, yeah.
Right, I was actually injured for that game, but I remember hearing about it and knowing exactly what happened. I think the difference why nobody from West Ham kind of reacted the way that Reguilon did is kind of used to do that a lot in training.
Right.
And so when it happened in a game, as much as it kind of sent people crazy, the West Ham players, we'd seen it. You know, he used to do that regularly. He was that good.
And then you're on the receiving end of many Letizier.
Yeah, why are you going to bring that
Well,
up?
I'm just saying, you've experienced a lot of
Not one
shots.
person has mentioned Matt Letizia.
Well, I just thought I'd bring it
You
up.
just decided to throw it.
That's it. I just thought I'd just mention
I'm with
it.
Frank.
Dan.
I'm with Frank.
Can I brag a little
Frank,
bit?
you see the same thing? See what you're talking about with him?
I know. That guy, he's a bad person. He's a bad person. You know, what it is.
Yeah.
Can I brag a little bit?
None we'll see
I just
exactly
wanna
what you're
brag.
like in a minute.
Nadem, did you
People, they will know.
Don't be rude, Frank.
Hold on a second, I'm going to brag a little bit.
Stop interrupting.
I don't care about your question. I want to brag a little bit about fantastic goal that I scored against Azerbaijan. We won 2-0, and I had a fantastic volley behind my leg, behind the leg. See that on the video. I will send you the video. You will see. Fantastic. Frank Leboeuf, out of my man.
And you know he's going to send you
me.
the video.
Oh, well done.
You know he's going to send
Yeah, I know.
Well done, Frank.
Scored against Azerbaijan. Come on. Right. Did you ever
Did you score? Did you score against Azerbaijan, Thomas?
I didn't want to.
No, you didn't.
They said, look, do you want to
Voilà.
go and play? I said,
Voilà.
no, I want to sit here and deal with these idiots every day.
I would have scored against Trinidad and Tobago. What would you have said if I would have scored against Trinidad and Tobago? Yeah,
Well,
nothing.
Shaka was in goal. That doesn't mean anything.
What?
Nadem, did you ever witness a Rabona attempt during a match in your playing days? Did it work out like Lamela's today?
Nope. Never saw anybody even attempt it. And yeah, it still takes your breath away when you see it happen.
Yeah.
And it takes some level of bravery and real technique and understanding to even have that as an option, because it's the last thing, the very last thing I would attempt on the football field. But for him, it just came naturally. Just in a blink of an eye, said this is the right thing to do, and it was a great finish.
What about you, Frank? Have you ever seen anyone try it before?
Yes, and it's crazy that Nedum is with us because I always talk about Nigerian people today, but Okocha was able to do that, and he tried many times during his career. That guy was, before Ronaldinho, he was the first artist that we saw in Paris Saint-Germain. He was capable of doing crazy things, and for him, it was like he was in the garden, and he was trying those kind of things easily.
Could he have scored against Azerbaijan, though?
No, he scored against us.
Yeah, he didn't. I guess he never played against Azerbaijan.
Should leagues outlaw loan clauses, Shaka, that prevent loan players from playing against their parent clubs like Lingard did today? If you don't want to face a player, why not keep them or loan them to a club that does not play in the same league?
You know, I don't have an issue with it. And as much as I would have loved to see Lingard line up for West Ham today, I think there are circumstances that it could cause an issue. You know, what if a loan player has an absolute stinker, scores 2 goals against his parent club? I think that raises a whole lot of questions about.
What do you mean scores 2 goals against his parent?
Let's for argument's sake, let's say Lingard starts for West Ham and scores the own goal today that gives Manchester United all 3 points. I think it creates a whole different set
You
of
played the
controversy.
game, Shaka. That doesn't. For a professional player, that doesn't.
I think, listen, I understand. Me and anybody I know who, in that situation, you wouldn't accuse them of that.
Right.
But you can see that situation.
So you think Jesse Lingard would have scored an own goal?
See. All I'm saying is, hypothetically,
Yes.
if that happens, a player scores an own goal or 2 that benefits his parent club, there are going to be a lot more questions.
There wouldn't be that many questions. We ask a lot of questions on this show, but I think if Jesse Lingard scored an own goal today, I don't think we'd deep dive into whether or not he did it on purpose.
Absolutely there'll be questions.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Why would you want to help the team that got rid of him?
Well, they haven't got rid of him yet, have they?
Well, pretty much. They turned your back on you for 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's say, and again, maybe we unfairly criticizing Jesse Lingard here and making him.
You brought it up.
I was just making it easy. I was just throwing out an example. But let's say this is the last game of the season. Man U has to. Right, we
goodness,
we done a rabbit hole here.
Wow,
Let's say
that's
last
a
game of the
movie. That's a
season.
Hollywood movie.
Man U has to win to finish top 4.
Right.
Lingard has a Champions League qualification bonus in his Man U contract, and he scores an own goal for West Ham. Let's just see.
Right, okay.
Then there'll be questions, Dan.
Wow, Shaka.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I don't have an issue with it.
Right. Nathan, what do you make of
That's a-
Shaka's
that's a
conspiracy
Hollywood
theories?
I think it's an interesting theory, and I think we probably know if he started celebrating after the own goal. I think that'll probably give it away. But what I would say, it's actually quite clever, because I think if you tell a player that they have to leave, they're probably going to be very motivated to play against you, to try and prove a point that they should be there.
Right.
So I kind of see it, but then in the same breath, if a club thinks somebody's not good enough to play in their team, let them play. Playing against them shouldn't be a problem. It should be easier for you because you know a player on the opposition. So I'd like to see them get the opportunities to play, and I think overall it help the game itself, and it'll keep his own team, as in his parent club, more honest, because they have to take him seriously because you know they've got a point to prove.
Yeah, plus doesn't it increase his value, Shaq? If he's gone to another club and done brilliantly and you're looking to sell him.
Hold up, all right.
All right, here we go.
A couple of weeks ago, I mean more than a couple of weeks ago,
Right.
we were questioning the point or the value to Bayern Munich announcing that Upamecano is joining them in the summer.
Yes.
And the questions around, well...
But that's a completely different scenario.
Yeah, I'm just saying...
Well, you just brought it up.
No, I'm just saying how easy it is to question a player's motivations in that way.
But he's already signing for Bayern Munich.
Right, but now the questions, and you were asking the question, Dan, on the day.
Big goalkeeping hand.
Isn't it better for him if Bayern Munich win the title? That type of nonsense. You, Dan.
But that's a completely different scenario, Shaq. He's
Just,
not on loan. at
my
a
point
different
is
club.
how easy it is to draw a player rather innocently into this type of controversy.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.